Hello everyone, welcome to your daily card reading for September 4th, 2014. And I think I can do this down here because I think the sound actually is okay. So hopefully this works, and then I'll just point to the cards. So okay, I'm going to draw one Gillian Kemp Tree Magic as the indicator card for the reading. And we get a solution. We just had this a couple days ago, and I don't think we've ever had this except for a couple days ago and now today. And it says, believing in the impossible and holding tightly to the incredible can change your world. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to draw for this side as the person today that we're looking at. This is the outside influences on this side. And then this is the message card, the special message. Actually, I'm going to pull two because already I can see a little bit vague here. I'd rather have two. Okay. All right. So this is about coming up with a solution to the impossible. And really having all the obstacles removed, and finding a way into your future, the future of your dreams. And right here, and you'll have to excuse my nails, this is from Yiki's spray, the Halloween spray. Anyway, this is Rhea, and she represents sorceress, and this is really about kind of things coming to light, and actually this is almost a story of the impossible, where the nature of life really turned against Rhea. She had a baby that was murdered, and then she was framed and blamed. So she was persecuted after losing the most sacred thing to her. She lost her child, and then she had such a horrible state of oppression, and she was imprisoned, and then the way society looked upon her, and she was in a horrible situation, but information came to light. So she was really saved by evidence that presented itself, and then it really totally, with this information, turned everything around, because that her name was cleared, and people really understood how what her true experience really was. It was like she not only regained her face, but she was basically apologized to. Everybody humbled themselves to her. So it just totally flipped around the entire situation, where all of a sudden she was seen as the victim, and the world was humbled by her story and what happened to her, and she became the Lady of the Lake, and she became the most powerful sorceress. So this is really about her power within society to really change people and enlighten people by by having her life be an example, really. But it's not just that her life was an example, but she was exemplary as she experienced everything. And then, to have society really learn and understand that she was the teacher, and she was the one who stood in the right the whole time, and really took on a huge amount for society, and then came through and was there for people and the society in their mistakes, in their in their turning against her without cause. It was like all of a sudden they understood that they were wrong, and that she was legit in who she was. So and she's the queen of fire. So this is really like that motherly energy. And so she's the concept of the sorceress. And the sorceress in most cultures and societies, it's actually not seen as a negative thing. It's seen as a positive thing, something that eliminates the problems, eliminates the force of evil that is, that they have to encounter. The sorceress is the one that, restores health and balance. It goes against the problems and is able to turn them around. So, and then underneath her we have chickpea, which is that irony, where things really go opposite than expected, and then they can flip around again. So, and that is her story, that her whole, the irony of her, she was such a powerful person, and to have all of that go against her, to be under such heavy influences from society. People, you might say, oh, well, if she underwent all that, then, she wasn't that powerful. But her power was in being able to manage that and deal with it. And, she was not to blame for the condition of society. Society is what it is. Whatever the conditions are, whatever the group mindset, she's not to blame for the group mindset. And what made her powerful was she finally did switch that group mindset. But first, that group mindset fixated on her and wanted to destroy her, and then it got a good claw into her for a long time, and then she was able to remove that claw and prevail. So, even though the truth was that she was always powerful, but it's interesting that she ended up being a victim, such a victim to the masses. Yet that still ended up being her point of power, So, that the chickpea here, again, we were talking about that power is found in the vulnerability, and it's because of the power that you become vulnerable, because that power is beyond you. So, to be holding a channel for that power makes you vulnerable. And I guess it's also it creates vulnerability. Power will create vulnerability because people will kind of fight or try and take away other people's power. That's the energy game these days. That's the energy game that we need to resolve. That's the solution we're looking for. Is how do we allow authentic power and empowerment to exist without people trying to attack that or take it over or control it. It's like, how do you take that vulnerable, sensitive, sentient being and have them grow in their self-empowerment, in their nature, in a world the way it's set up today. So the irony is that things we know what the underlying truth is, and then there's a lot of factors at play we may or may not know, and things don't always go as expected, but they still work out. They're still working out. So it's just a process that has to go the way it goes, and there's still a solution that ends up coming about, and there's still that the expectation is not, it's not forgotten or lost. It's still there, even though some other things have to get in the way for a little bit, or skew the reality, or skew the circumstances, or skew the way things play out. There's just other threads that have to come into the play, and then and then they need to be worked out or integrated, or really I guess sorted out with the situation. It's like integrated, or dispelled, or learn. You have to know. You don't. When you have an enemy, you might not know, and then you learn about the enemy, and then you figure out how to work with that and manage that, and then it comes back to the point where they're no longer your enemy, because now all of a sudden whatever they were throwing at you, or whatever they were doing to hurt you or harm you, you have figured out how to work with, and all of a sudden the order is reestablished, the proper order, the divine order, the heavenly order. So on this side, the influences here, there is some powerful kind of a situation. It could be a situation, or it could be a person. Powerful thoughts or beliefs, or things said. This is the suit of mind. So this is a powerful thought, or thinking, or mind, or expression of some way that really changes things. And again, there's almost that irony in this, where it's the elixir for immortality that can kill you, but if you encounter it right, or if you take it right, it makes you stronger. And so this outside influence is really going to set this person free. It's almost like whatever this is, it's going to change the direction of everything, because it has the highest, cinnabarite has the highest refractive power, and so that change is going to be extremely dramatic, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So something is here to liberate, and it might, whatever it is, it has speed, it's quick, and it makes that adjustment, it makes a change. So that it's just kind of fits in perfectly, that this outside, whatever it is it's kind of the solution is coming here for that quick change. And then here with this irony, we have the outside influence being Da Vinci, which is the skill and the talent. So this is about a person, or the skills, that are the talents, the skills that maybe the I want to say, like, some really powerful, refined kind of, energy will be meeting and greeting you. I'm almost thinking it could be like a book you read, or, it could be an influence also, not just a person. Like, for example, I'm reading this book now, and it is really profoundly changing me, and it's like, the author was like this type of person, and the information in the book is like, embodies this and brings this out in me. So it could be just like, something like a book, or it could be a person, or it could be, like a movie, or I don't know, something that is just a very highly intelligent piece of work, or a highly intelligent, talented person. So either, what this person has produced, or this person themselves is coming to influence this situation. And So whatever is ironic here will be almost like there's a trick in it, you know, where you're kind of in a pickle here or something, you know, you're kind of stuck, or you're not sure, you're in this state of irony, like, geez, things are not going as you would expect, and, you know, things are off or a little bit strange, or, you know, really, you know what's supposed to be, and then there's these weird influences, and it's almost like this has the intelligence in it to help you out of this ironic setup. So you have this like brilliance and this skill and this talent that's going to get you loose and out of this setup that is ironic, and it's going to really set things straight here, you know. So yeah, that it seems like these are going together pretty nicely, the person and the outside influences. And then we have here for the outcome cards, we have Seiji, which is, you know, the wise one who really can see the truth of the situation. So, you know, Seiji can see the truth beyond the irony. You know, that Seiji can see when the irony happens, how to go backwards through the equation to see what the missing information is, or what you know, what the maybe the degree of an influence is that was, you know, first misperceived. But Seiji's able to really go back and look at that and, you know, find that missing information, find the missing variables, find the, you know, the missing factors. So Seiji can really see everything or sense everything, really know everything on all levels, not just on the superficial level. It's like, you know, Seiji's able to go through kind of all of the levels of reality, where she factors in, you know, the mind and the emotions and the influences on each factor, you know. So it's like, you know, you don't look at one person alone, you look at one person with all of their influences on them, you know. So it's like a person might be acting not as expected, but when you understand what they're going through and the influences on them, then it makes everything a lot more clear. So Seiji looks at all of the levels of reality and factors in, you know, the subtle movements and the subtleties of the superficial, you know, like really can pick up on all the details of what's going on here. And then also the outcome card is not just this wise vision and this wise knowingness. This is knowingness. And then this is really acting on that knowingness, or expressing that knowingness, and really setting things straight. You know, Kali is the one that has that divine order. She's like the, you know, justice and truth manifest, you know, truth in action, and really putting a stop to the problems. She's the one that, you know, stops the, you know, the evils of the world and turns things around. She's the one who stops linear time and ushers in the age of immortality. So we have this like corrective, you know, I mean, Kali corrects things here. And yeah, so Kali really, you know, corrects the minds around them, corrects mind in general, corrects disorganization, makes everything organized, corrects the problems of dynamics, and allows for, you know, a good, healthy flow of dynamics. So, and that is coming through life. So this is, you know, it's almost like the higher intelligence and love manifests through life and really coming through humanity and making those necessary changes to put everything right. So yeah, overall this is really a solution at hand here, with with the change in the talent and the intelligence, and on this side, this situation that's really kind of like a pickle or something, something really kind of gone wrong or stuck, and there's this correction here with with all of these are all corrective cards for this situation here. So again, it says believing in the impossible and holding tightly to the incredible can change your world. And I'd like to add, it will change the world at large and the world around you. It will change everyone's world, our collective world. When something happens with one, it's like that holographic nature where it really teaches everybody, influences everybody. When one thing gets corrected, it makes a correction for the kind of the overall patterns, and really starts getting the whole going in the right direction as well. So anyway, I hope that everyone got what they needed out of this today, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Thanks a lot.